Capricorn, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy. I am so happy that you have joined me here for your weekly reading. So this week is going to be for February 23rd to March 1st. We're going to get right into your card reading. We're going to start with your angel number. Now, I want to welcome all of you here. First of all, I really want to thank you very much for sharing your time, your energy with me. I know how precious time can be. So I really, truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. All right, Capricorn, we're going to get that angel message now. It's an angel number, an angel message. It's something that will be revealed at the end of the reading. Spirit guides, this is for the beautiful sign Capricorn. All right, there it is. All right, now let's start the reading off with the message that Spirit wants you to know before we get really into the rest of the cards. Okay, something that's very important that they think that you need to know right at this very moment. So let's see what that is. We've got one there. Oh, you've got some new beginnings coming here, Capricorn. Well, you've been preparing for this. Everything shows that you're preparing for something here. So there's three very interesting angel cards here. So move your body. It says, thank you, angels, for motivating me to move my body and energy. So I think what this is about helping you find finding your motivation to keep down the path that you're going. Because I know that we've been talking about you really building new structures, foundational changes, building your empire. A lot has been happening. A lot has been really building up over these past few weeks. Moving your body. So they want you also to really think about how you keep your mind alert, how you keep your body alert, because the messages that are being sent work in synchronicities. They work in synergy with each other. So the angels want to keep motivating you to stay positive and optimistic about the things that are transpiring here for you. There are new beginnings happening absolutely for you. And it's thank you, angels, for opening up the doors to change, because now you're ready. I think you're motivated. I think you're ready. Absolutely. That door is opening. And you know what? Spirit is saying, walk the path now, because you are ready. Opening your heart. Archangel Chamuel says, thank you, Chamuel, for removing the barriers around my heart. See, allowing your heart to open isn't just about the love of people in your life. That's the love for yourself. It's the love for what it is you are motivated to accomplish. You know, when we open our heart and remove the barriers, it's like, you know, you really are giving yourself limitless opportunity here. So I really feel like this is why the doors are really opening here for you now, and this new beginning is coming in. All right, Capricorn, we're going to get your main energy here. Let's just give these a good little shuffle here. All right, these are the 22 major arcana cards. So we're going to find out what main energy is surrounding you for this week. This is for Capricorn. Main energy, thank you. Oh my goodness. Well, it makes sense. You get number 19, the sun. Highly motivated, optimistic. The path forward is illuminated. There is nothing blocking the doorway. It's like it's a clear path. And, you know, there's no restrictions here. You're moving your body. You're feeling alert. You're feeling, you're feeling laser focused. And your heart is opening. This is something you want. This is something you've wanted for a long time. So you're not allowing any restrictions to take place. And the sun is the energy that keeps you moving down a path that shows an incredible amount of positivity. This is a yes card. If you've been questioning anything in your life, the sun card points to yes, this is where you are meant to be. And it sometimes takes the right timing, right? And I think that right timing is starting to really come into play here for you as well. Let's get some supporting energies here for what's already here on the table. All right, some supporting energies. Yeah, you've got regeneration. Absolutely. You are going through a whole rebuild. All right. Now, the cards are what the cards are, but you know, it all comes down to intuition and how they feel in the moment and how they work, again, in relationship to the cards that are on the table. You are building new, a regeneration. And it's about a cycle in your life that is successfully coming to a close, and you're rebuilding something new. Number 46 is number 10 in numerology, which of course is a number 1. This works in conjunction with the new beginning. You are building something completely new, but you know what the difference is this time? You've got the sun illuminating the path, which means that there's no fears, there's no blockages, and nothing is standing in your way. Your mind and your body, your soul, your heart are all opening up, and they're all balancing together. And this is what's helping you see the door open. Number 16, all that glitters. Yes, all that glitters is not always gold. And I think that you are going through a whole realization as to what that truly means for you. Because, you know, sometimes we all have different ideas of what abundance means. We all have different ideas of what financial success is. And what's going to be successful for one person may look completely different to someone else. But all that glitters, I think it's like you have removed all the masks, you've removed all the blindfolds, and you're seeing things so much clearer. And it comes with this whole transformation that's taking place. And really, now that all that glitters, I think you're creating things in your life that bring that abundance. It's almost as if you've now become the magnet for that abundance. And I feel like what maybe once felt like it was of great importance to you, it's almost as if you're having sort of a shift. And something more meaningful is replacing it here. Something more meaningful. All right, let's get into the tarot cards. Let's find out what's happening here. All right, we're going to get 3 rows of 2. Beginning, middle, end of week is how I read them. Please always use your intuition because, of course, this is a collective read. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, but we do have a Mercury retrograde starting February 26th. It ends March 20th. So yes, we have the next 3 weeks are going to be filled with Mercury retrograde. But you know, in the sign Pisces, this can be really a great time to trust in your inner voice, trust in your intuition. You'll be having some really clear messages coming your way. Let's get the first 2 cards here for you. This is for Capricorn. We've got 1 and 2. Interesting. I find the 4 of Cups has been coming up quite frequently. And I think it's because I call this my wake-up call card. And we all have our own ways of looking at things, right? We'll get into that in just a moment. First of all, you get a very unique card here because in the Tarot of Dreams, this is a unique card, the Tree of Life. It's not in any other tarot deck. It's specifically for this deck, and you received it. Because again, you're going through a regeneration, and I truly believe that what matters and what's meaningful and what is of value to you in life is starting to build with your Tree of Life. I think you've already established the roots, but now things are starting to branch off into all different directions. And you're starting to see how things are starting to really connect. Everything is starting to work together. And the sun helps the Tree of Life grow. I think that this is past energy for you, the 4 of Cups. I think you're having a wake-up call. If you haven't had the wake-up call, you're going to have it very, very soon. And I think a lot of it has to do with February 17th. We did have that lunar eclipse. Actually, I think it was a solar eclipse. I'm sorry. And it was in the sign Aquarius. So I think you've got some new ideas, and I think you're recognizing opportunities that you didn't look at before. And I think this is what's branching things off in different directions for you as well. Let's look at your clarifier for the Tree of Life. Let's see what that is here. Tree of Life. And the World card. Oop. I got to cover that up. I thought I went through the cards, but we have to make sure that that the illustrations don't have any nudity or anything on them. So anyway, so I will just cover that up for now. The World card really, again, is about completions. And you see, I feel like you are kind of going through this completion phase with the Tree of Life. You've built a strong stability. Now doors are opening in all different directions. It's like one chapter of your life, it is closed, but a whole new chapter is beginning. And this is absolutely beautiful to see. This is called success. This is called evolving. And this is really called regeneration. And I almost feel like there's a bit of a legacy somewhat happening here as well. Let's get the Four of Cups here. Find out what goes with that Four of Cups. Spirit guides. And you've got the Tower, right? And I believe that this is what happened in the past. And in fact, if I'm correct, and I might not be, I can't remember, but I think last week you did, a lot of people had tower moments, because again, tower moments aren't just, you know, happening, tower moments are happening everywhere right now, because our world is full of tower moments. We're going through a lot of regeneration in our world as well. But what I'm really liking about this is number 16. All that glitters is also number 16. I think you're coming back down to reality to some certain degree. And I think that the sun is illuminating on better, stronger ideas. And I really feel like there's something that you are trying to bring to completion is bringing you much more success, because you're seeing things differently. The Tower moment is about, it is about a reconstruction. And I think that this Four of Cups is that wake-up call. And I think it works perfectly in conjunction with the Tower moment. I think that this is kind of what's already been happening for you. Let's look at the middle of the week. Let's see what's happening here. Middle of week, Knight of Swords, and the Moon. Moon energy has been also coming up a lot. I think people, you know, really Spirit is trying to encourage people to trust in your ability to embrace your intuition. Don't fear things. And maybe it's time to really push through for some clarity. And I think that that's what these two cards are really, really speaking loud and clear about. All right, we have the Knight of Swords, which is on a mission to gain clarity, to get information, and to find the information, maybe being a little bit more inquisitive about getting the information that you need. And the Knight of Swords is charging forward. So they're charging because they're on a mission to a certain extent, because they're trying to clear up something with the 18, the Moon card, something that feels a little unclear. So gaining that clarity. Let's look at the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords here. And you got the Fool. There's a new message. There's a new beginning. We know that because we see the regeneration. Also the Tower. You know, when there's Tower moments, it's like something comes in. There's a new beginning opening, right? It says opening up the doors to change. So it makes, everything is kind of working really, it's like they all sat down and had a conversation and said, okay, this is the way things are going to be laid out. All right, the Knight of Swords, all right, on a mission to start something new, feeling a sense of energy. And again, that comes from the sun shining down on the path. There's a lot of growth here, and I think you're at the beginning phases of something. I think there's some new, very, very new information, something in its infancy stage. It could be a new idea, but there's something of a breakthrough here that is going to help you and motivate you to take some steps forward, because I do believe that I think there's maybe been some uncertainty around something to do with a new beginning, whether or not it's a new relationship, or maybe it's a new idea that you've decided that maybe it's time to travel or move forward. Maybe you're entering a new phase of your life and you're just feeling a little uncertain and you're looking for clarity. So let's look at number 18, the Moon. The Moon card here, Spirit guides this, and then you got the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very mature. All right, she's mature, she's respected. I really believe she could be representing you. Again, it's the feminine side. There's no gender here, Capricorn, but the Queen of Pentacles is earth energy. She's resourceful, she's structured, she's disciplined, she knows what she wants. And I feel like you are finding your clarity about something new that you've structured it, but now you're ready to branch out into all different areas. Okay, it's like you're taking something to the next level, and you just need the clarity, you need the information, and then it'll be full speed ahead. Let's get the next two cards here. I think you're getting more clarity with your finances as well, knowing exactly where you stand financially. You could find that there is some more financial, stronger financial benefits coming in for you as well. We've got the Eight of Coins, working towards something, mastering something, putting the final details onto something. And I think that's exactly what you're doing. And it could have something to do with with the Justice card here. So the Eight of Coins with the Justice, number 11. Of course, this is about cause and effect. This is about justice. This is about fairness, integrity, doing things with integrity. I think that you're paying close attention to the details of something, because I do believe that something is expanding here for you. It's the door that's opening that it really has a lot to do with this new beginning. And I do believe you're building your empire. The Tower card to me is like the tower that you're building up, and you want to make sure that the foundation of it is so solid, because there's going to be lots of layers to this. There's lots of floors in this tower. All right, so we have to make sure the structure is solid. And the Justice card is you doing everything in a just way, where you feel like fairness is really starting to come in here for you. You are very much about integrity. That is a very strong value for you. And I feel like there is some sort, I think you're mastering something. Some of you are going back to school, and I think that you could be getting a legal degree. That's coming up for some of you. But I just feel like you're truly mastering something with a great deal of integrity and truth and honesty. And this is what brings balance. You are beginning something incredibly powerful here. I feel a very powerful move. All right, let's get the Eight of Coins here for you, Capricorn. Now you got the Seven of Pentacles. So we're mastering something here, and we're working really hard towards something, and we're taking things one step at a time. Maybe for some of you it is gaining more education, going after some type of certificate. You're following through with something here, all right? And I think that the Seven of Pentacles is you want to 100% make sure that what you are investing into is going to give you the payoff that you're looking for. So there's a little bit of an evaluation period here. All right, and it could be that's why you're looking for more insight before you kind of sink your teeth into something, or before you take that leap. All right, because the Seven of Pentacles is about reflection. And sevens are about like a spiritual awakening, but it is also about wisdom, seeking truth and inner growth. And the Seven of Pentacles, you know, it's like we've really invested and committed ourselves to something. And I think you have committed yourself to something. And now it's just that pivotal time where I know a new door is opening here. And I want to make sure that the steps that I am, taking here are going to bring me the rewards that I'm looking for. And with the Justice card here, I would say there's a lot of fairness here. And in fact, I think that the rewards that you're looking for could very well be in line with success. You've got the Eight of Swords here, so there is some sort of fear, but it's it's kind of the mind over matter. It's our mind plays tricks on us, and sometimes we're trapped in our own fear of the mind. Nothing is actually touching you here. There's no swords that are preventing you from moving forward. It's just your thought process. And it could be because you are looking for justice, and maybe those answers haven't come in yet, because with the Seven of Pentacles, you're almost taking a little bit of a pause just to gain clarity a little bit, because you want to make sure, again, if I'm investing so much into a person or into an idea or into a job or, into the new phase of my life, whatever it is, I have to make sure that this is a big jump. This is a big leap. I need to make sure that it's good for all parties. I need to make sure that it's fair. And there's just a little bit of fear surrounding that. Don't let your fears block you from opportunities. All right, let's get one more. I'm going to get one more for this Eight of Swords, because I truly believe this is something very short-lived for Capricorn. And you got Justice again. Look at that. 11. 11 is a very important number for you. So let's please keep that in mind. All right. Justice, and I think that what this is really saying here, Justice, Eight of Swords, Justice. This is all because you really want an outcome that feels balanced, fair, And I think it's honestly something that you've been waiting for a long time. And I think that when we've been waiting a long time and we've been working towards something and we've invested our heart and soul into something and we've been mastering something, we're almost at that point where there's a resolution, where there's a new beginning, where there's something opening up, because some part of our life, like some chapter in our life, is coming to a close. Why wouldn't we feel a little bit fearful? Because you know what? It's time for you now to really, I mean, the Justice card is about making some fair choices and some fair decisions. And I think that this is why there's a little bit of fear. But I think that if you evaluate and you really see that what you've been growing is really quite prosperous, that fear will slowly and surely move away. And you see, remember, I think that the angels are really trying to motivate you here. And you must always keep in mind that your main energy this week is the sun. So all of this is pointing in a very positive direction for you as well. I feel like there's justice coming in for you as well. I think your fear has been that maybe justice won't be served. Justice is certainly coming in for you. And for some of you, I think for some of you, there could be a legal matter with work. This is just coming in. It could be that you've been trying to fight the good fight with something at work, and you've invested so much and you're trying to evaluate whether or not, this is going to come out winning for you. And honestly, I know stay committed to this, because that fear is just the fear that's based in your mind. With the two justices on either side, it shows something will be justified here for you. You've got one card here already, collaboration. I think you also too are collaborating with the right people to give you proper insight, to give you proper messages and information. Sorry, it wants me to keep going, so I got to do that one more. All right. So you did get insight as well. It says insight is the fruit of wisdom. It says keep a learning attitude. Absolutely. And I do really, truly believe that you are on a learning path. We know that collaboration achieves greater goals. So work together. Work together. And I really feel like that is also in your favor here as well, because working with that energy helps release any sense of uncertainty as well. And you see release, and there's a reason that came in, because they want you to release your 8 of Swords, which is your fear. It says release past burdens and embrace new beginnings. Oh my goodness, that's the regeneration, the Sun card, and the new beginnings all in one. Incredible. All right, let's look at your numbers. We know that the World card is number 21, but let's see what other numbers you have here. We've got a couple of 8s in your reading, and we certainly have number 11. So 8s and 11s are a very important part of your path this week as well. And then you've got good fortune. How wonderful to see. 1331, good fortune. Advice, comfort, major change, individuality, and independence. Have faith in your skills and talents, as they are a tool that can provide you with a bright future. A piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on the way. Everything will work out in your favor. And the fact that you got the Justice card twice at the end here, and if you look at these numbers, okay, we've got 1s and 3s, we've got 13, 33, 31, and 11. And the Justice is number 11. Something is certainly coming in for you, and it's certainly favorable for you. Capricorn, incredible reading this week. I hope that this resonates. I hope it makes sense. Even if only parts, make sense, please let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. Please show your support by liking, sharing, subscribing, and until next week, sending love, light, and positive vibes.